Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. And now here, I would very much like to get on into some more territory here, and I mean a lot. I've talked about cloning in the last episode, so here I'm going to talk about something different. Another pretty elaborate topic of mine that I've been saving for some time. Employment. And the reason for that is because, after all, if you're like me, then well, you'll know that I have gone many different pathways through employment itself. I've gone through a lot based on employment itself. And the fact is that my employment life, part-time or full-time, has only been around for a little more than 4 years. That's right. Just before I was 17 years old was when I had my first job. On April 2nd, 2016 was when I ended up starting my days in a local restaurant known as the Schwabenhof. I did a few basic things for them, including slice of lemons, mixing different flavors of milk, washing dishes, polishing metal, and a few other things here and there. That was kind of just a more basic area there, but I was able to get a lot of hours. And I mean a lot. But unfortunately, I was only able to pack every single hour every week on Friday nights. That was pretty much how I was able to do it. And so nearly 8 months would pass before I would have another job. But in between that time, in August of 2016, around the time that Choo Choo the Yorkie had been born, was when I had a different job. I was basically able to try and find some more time for myself to be able to continue work at, but that's basically what it was. I basically worked at a retirement home near Germantown. And that only lasted for a few days. But I did have to go through a lot before I was able to get in there, including a class. That lasted for a few hours, but you know what? I mean, I basically did all that I could. A few accidents happened to take place in there during that time, and there were quite a few other things that also happened there as well. That was my first instance of actually getting fired from a job. But then, of course, there was Robert's Frozen Custard. And that happened almost immediately after I left the Schwabenhof. November 26, 2016 was when I first entered Robert's. And the night before then was the last time I had ever worked at Schwabenhof. After leaving from there, I couldn't really say that I was going to be too happy about all this new changes and the like, but I was basically going to take it in for myself and find out if it's going to be worthwhile or not. Initially, it actually worked out pretty well. Robert's Frozen Custard had a lot of amenities there. You could get some free food, you could get some hours off, but for the most part, I was able to get in a lot of more simple tasks. But unfortunately, some things kind of had to come to an end. Because by March of 2017, about 4 months into my employment there, that was when I ended up getting mutually terminated. Mostly because of a complication involving some communication, and of course, it pretty much just all ended with me leaving early. But let me just tell you this. It would be a while before I would be able to find some actual employment again. A while. More than 18 months would pass. Pretty much. And I can't really say that a lot of things out there were pretty much good from the start, but I would say for sure, I was able to find other employment whenever I could. I was able to work in a framing shop for some time, and eventually I started doing some landscaping and lawn care based work for other people out there, including a few in an estate area, not far away from the Community Memorial Hospital on Custer Road. So what I can say for sure is that up until that point in time, I wasn't really able to get a lot. But eventually, by November 2018, quite a while after Robert's Frozen Custard happened, I simply got more employment at a Dollar Tree. But unfortunately, that didn't last pretty long either. Just less than 2 months. And then apparently I was able to find a job at the Marcus Theaters Corporation. And trust me or not on this, but I was able to do a whole lot better there than everything else combined. I was able to stay there for more than a whole year. I'm not joking. February 27th, 2019 was pretty much my first time there. And then by March 15th of 2020, mostly because of our NCOV pandemic-related drama and distress, was when they had to temporarily close down. But rest assured, it will open back up one day, and there's a darn good chance that I might be able to get back in there, if and whenever possible. I'm pretty sure I will be able to keep this type of employment of mine for a while longer, but who knows what will happen. There might be a time where I might resign early because of other complications that take place, or there's a good chance that I might get fired. There's really no real way to predict the future, but if we could, then well, it would have been impressive. But we just taken what we got. So if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.